Hi and welcome to the Expecto intro, which is an intro to the Expecto testing library. So we're going to go through what it is and why you should use it. So Expecto, the testing library, is primarily done for unit testing F# projects, but you can target any CLR language code. It's quite easier to start with F# though, because the API is predominantly F#. It has one superpower, test R values. And what that means is that you can actually compute your values at runtime and create tests from that. It's quite similar to the row-based testing that you have in, for example, XUnit. It also has a couple of extra features, such as everything is parallel by default, which means in turn faster execution and less waiting for tests to complete on your CI servers. It's also async at its core, which is quite nice because you can then test tasks and you can test other things. Expecto also has built-in support for fscheck, which is a library for property-based testing. Don't worry if you haven't encountered that before, because we'll be going through it in this video series. Property-based testing is something that can, for example, test the idempotency property. You see an example here. In this example, when you apply f twice to the same input argument, its output is the same as had you only applied it once. It's quite useful if you have a network service and it takes a message from, for example, your network, and you want to apply that change to the database. And you want to ensure that even if that message repeats itself, you still only get the same result. It has built-in stress testing, which is useful for finding race conditions in your code. Has built-in support for benchmark.net, which is in turn a testing library for performance testing. So you can then validate that your code and your libraries or your applications are performant enough for your use case. Expecto also has built-in support for avoiding performance regressions using expect.isFasterThan. You then supply f1 and f2, which are two functions to run. If f1 is faster than f2, as checked by statistical tests, then expect.isFasterThan passes. Expecto also has a number of integrations. For example, you can integrate with Logri and ship all of your test logs to be analyzed in Elasticsearch or Kibana. It also has an integration with Visual Studio, so that you can use your IDE to view your tests. Finally, the integration with .NET Test makes it a native testing framework for .NET Core. It's open source and Apache 2 licensed, and supports both the .NET Framework and .NET Core. So, who am I? My name is Henrik Felt. I'm a software platform architect, and my focus is on building nice applications and libraries for users and developers both. I really enjoy outdoor activities, such as working outside, without having an office. So, I'm trying to record this video series from different locations. In this case, you see me in the Stockholm archipelago. So what's up next and what's funding this? So I just received 2 sponsors for my profile on GitHub, which is really fun and it makes me feel valued by the community. So I'm going to be releasing new videos as more sponsors come along. So for these 2 sponsors, I'm going to release 2 videos, and there will be this high-level overview that you just saw, and then the next video, which has some code for getting you started writing Expecto code. If you find this useful, then please help me to produce more content by sponsoring me. So the first video is coming to you from Stockholm Archipelago, and I hope you enjoyed this introductory video, and I hope that you'll stick with the video series. Happy testing, everyone!